Welcome back to Psychovive. Have you ever felt like a silent observer in a world that just won't stop shouting? There are days when you walk through a crowd, looking at the strangers passing by, and you find yourself wondering about the stories hidden behind those forced smiles. Sometimes you feel someone else's heaviness so vividly that it's as if their heartache has become your own. Society often puts IQ on a pedestal, treating sharp logic as the ultimate key to success. But here at Psychovive, we know a different truth. The ability to navigate the invisible currents of the human heart is the real superpower. That is emotional intelligence, or EQ. There's a profound irony here. The people with the highest EQ are often the ones who doubt themselves the most. You might think your sensitivity is a weakness, or that you're just overthinking everything. But we're here to tell you that it isn't a burden, it's a gift. So, take a moment, settle in, grab a cup of tea, and let's breathe. Today, we're exploring 7 subtle yet powerful signs that you possess exceptional emotional intelligence. Stay with us until the very last sign, because it might just be the answer to the questions you've been carrying for years. Sign number 1. You possess a rich emotional vocabulary. Think of emotions like colors. For most people, they only see the primary shades, red, blue, yellow. When things go wrong, they just say, "I'm sad," or "I'm mad." But for you, the inner world is a masterpiece of nuance. You have the rare ability to label exactly what's happening inside. You know the difference between being disappointed and being disheartened. You know when you're feeling anxious versus when you're truly afraid. Psychologists call this emotional granularity. When you can name the monster under the bed, it loses its power over you. Your habit of analyzing these complex layers isn't being extra, it's understanding yourself at a depth most people will never reach. Sign number 2. You're more curious about people than you are judgmental. When someone is rude to you, the gut reaction for most is anger. Why are they such a jerk? But your mind goes somewhere else. You find yourself wondering, what happened to this person today that made them act this way? This curiosity is the highest form of compassion. You're like a detective of the soul. You realize that outward behavior is just the tip of the iceberg, and the traumas hidden beneath the surface are what really drive people. This perspective allows you to stay grounded and calm in the middle of a conflict where others would lose their cool. Sign number 3. You're a friend to change. Human beings are hardwired to crave certainty. We want safety, but someone with high EQ, like you, understands the law of impermanence. You aren't like a rigid oak tree that snaps in a storm. You're more like bamboo, flexible, resilient, and strong. When a plan fails or a relationship ends, you don't spend forever fighting reality. You adjust. You accept that you can be wrong, that life can be unfair, and that tomorrow is an unknown. This adaptability turns your pain into lessons and your obstacles into stepping stones. You don't hide from fear. You take its hand and keep walking. Sign number 4. You master the power of the pause. In behavioral psychology, there is a tiny space between a stimulus and your response. When someone insults you, that's the stimulus. Screaming back is the instinctual response. But you, the high EQ individual, have a pause button. In that split second when anger flares up, you stop, even if it's just for 2 seconds. In those 2 seconds, your mind runs a lightning-fast calculation. Is saying this going to help, or will it make everything worse? Do I want to win this argument, or do I want to keep this relationship? You choose peace over being right. That silence isn't weakness. It's the ultimate display of inner strength. Sign number 5. You set healthy boundaries. A common myth is that high EQ means being a people pleaser who never says no. That couldn't be further from the truth. Real emotional intelligence is about self-protection. You have a sharp intuition for energy vampires, people who try to manipulate or drain you. More importantly, you know how to say no without the crushing weight of guilt. You understand that you cannot pour from an empty cup. Setting boundaries isn't selfish. It's how you teach people how to treat you. Ensuring you have enough emotional energy to love the people who truly matter. Sign number 6. You don't store hot coals. Holding a grudge is like holding a hot coal with the intent of throwing it at someone else. You are the one who gets burned. You understand this deeply. You forgive, not because the other person necessarily deserves it, but because you deserve peace. You don't let past mistakes rot your present. You allow yourself to feel the pain, you might even cry, but then you package that hurt into a lesson and move on. You choose to drop the heavy backpack of resentment so your shoulders can be light for the journey ahead. Sign number 7. You are a safe harbor for others. Have you noticed that people, even strangers, often choose you to vent to? It's not a coincidence. It's because you know how to listen with your whole heart. In a loud world where everyone is just waiting for their turn to speak, your listening is a rare gift. You don't listen to judge or to give unsolicited advice. You listen to understand. You create a safe space where others can take off their masks and be messy. Your presence alone calms the storms in others. You don't need to do much. Just a nod and the look in your eyes that says, "I hear you and you're not alone," is enough to heal a soul. A special note from Psychovive. If you recognized yourself in these signs, Psychovive wants to leave you with one vital piece of advice. Don't be so busy being the light for everyone else that you let your own flame burn out. People with high EQ often fall into the savior complex, taking care of the entire world while neglecting their own heart. Remember, your sensitivity is an asset, but it needs a guardian. Give yourself the same empathy, the same patience, and the same grace that you so generously give to the world. Loving yourself isn't the finish line, it's the starting point. Your emotions are not your enemy, they are your most loyal guides. If this resonated with you today, or if it helped you put a name to feelings you've had for a long time, please leave a comment below, share your story, or simply type the word peace to commit to loving yourself a little more today. If you want to continue this journey of self-discovery, make sure to hit that subscribe button for Psychovive and turn on the notification bell. Here, we don't just share facts, we heal and grow together. Thank you for being here. May you find clarity and deep peace. We'll see you in the next video.